that walk today. Puff yourself up a little, push your shoulders back, and crown it all up.
Thank you very much, Susie. Now, every new day is a new horizon and another reason to take a full swing at life and whatever it gives you. Give it the very best shot that you can and set new milestones while creating fulfillment.
So, exhilarating is probably what you're trying to describe.
Yeah, that's
like
the
the best way.
Yeah,
that's what we're trying to describe, that feeling that you feel. Especially that's how we feel when we come into the studios today. And hey, we want you to breathe that breath of fresh air as always.
Talking about breathing fresh of breath air, breathe in this morning. How's it going in the kitchen there?
Are you breathing me in literally?
Ooh, breathe
Girlfriend,
her
do
in.
you want me to?
Yes, Chef Blossom is here, of course, with me, and Kilo Day. Yeah, we know you can be very calm and, you know, very well collected, but how are you doing?
Very well.
All right. Over to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Now, we have a really interesting, action-packed show for you today. Just make sure you stick around with us. Let's just say that you won't have any moment of regret. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the very best breakfast show on Nigerian television. You can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app, which you can download from Google Play Store or iOS.
So hopefully you've followed us already on socials.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, our handle is @TVC Connect. Connect with us on Facebook and, of course, Instagram. Now, what do we have in store? Today we have nutrition.
Yeah.
We have Ebenezer Miracle, RDA, registered dietitian, has quite a few years of experience in clinical dietetics and is really enthusiastic, competent when it comes to helping clients achieve their set dietary goals.
And Dr. Tolulope Okoikiare, known as the Fixer. Now, he is going to be joining us today as a foremost couples and sex therapist and also professional mental health practitioner, a clinical counselor who's demonstrated experience in depression counseling and more, human sexuality as well, and also dysfunctional behavioral treatment. I've got a very, very full tongue this morning. Let's join her, or she'll be joining us, and we'll be having that conversation, which promises to be very, very interesting this morning.
It's all about attachment styles. Then, of course, what would Wake Up Nigeria be without a performance? Godson Ekpele.
Damilare Osundare is an award-winning author, comedian, brand influencer as well, MC and also actor. Now, he has built a stellar brand as one of the leading voices of personal transformation in Africa, popularly known as Asiri. Damilare is a highly sought-after, and he is also often described as the mystery man for the unusual ability to unravel uncommon insights for successful living. Can't wait.
My name is Prophet Isaiah. I didn't say Isaiah. Isaiah.
So what's the problem?
And I'm the mouthpiece of the Almighty God. And tell me, can I kidnap 2 minutes of your time? Maberu, don't fear. I need to see you. Do you know me?
No.
Do I know you?
No.
Do we know we? Have I met you
Can
before?
you say what you have to say? I don't have all the time.
Listen to what the Spirit is telling to the church. If you go ahead and marry that guy, are you telling the budget?
I've been with this guy for 6 good years.
Just consider that 6 years as years of IT, industrial training.
So maybe you should obey him.
First off, I'm excited about meeting him today because I followed his work since he was together with Wooly. I think they were a fantastic duo. Them individually, they're also fantastic as well.
So it's so interesting. The first time I actually met him one-on-one was at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I went to ring the closing bell, and it was all about the creative entertainment industry for that particular morning. And he was just cracking everybody up. We even almost forgot to ring the bell at the point. We were just really having such a great time. And
you
come a long way.
You rang the bell?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What happened to Evie Okujaye? She didn't come to work that day.
Wow, really?
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Joking.
Y'all just be seeing me finish.
It's all good. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
great.
basking it. But.
Yeah. Well, talking about him and the lady there, pastors giving advice to people for marriage advice, who to marry and not to marry.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's the thing that you would.
Marriage
would you take
matters.
From, oh, you're married already, anyhow.
You know, we commented on some marriage matters yesterday. You know, there's been some new developments on it today, and you know, they always say no, they put mouth for husband and wife matter. That's all I'll say with that, and I'll drop it.
Same thing I said yesterday.
Yeah.
Every marriage to his own. Not all cap fits all when it comes to marriage. So you deal with yours, other people deal with yours.
In the end, that's exactly what's eventually going to happen. And then those who put mouth end up being the people put on the bad side. So it's very, very interesting.
Congratulations to them for making up. I still think there are questions that need to be answered.
Of course.
Answers that need to be given, stuff like that. In any case, we've got an answer for you when it comes to the weather. Let's let you know what it's going to be like for a Wednesday here. A very special one for Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello and good morning. It's time for the news right here on Wake Up Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari met with service chiefs yesterday and ordered them to find a lasting solution to the security challenges in the country, especially in the Northwest and North Central. The president gave the directive during a 3-hour meeting with the service chiefs at the presidential villa, where he emphasized the urgent need to nip banditry and kidnapping in the bud. After the meeting, the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, told State House correspondents that the government will be taking urgent steps to restore peace in the North Central, especially in Zamfara State. Now to health matters. The federal government has opened negotiations with the Health Workers Union in a bid to stop the planned nationwide industrial action. At the meeting, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, expressed dissatisfaction over the 2-week ultimatum handed down by the joint health sector unions. He also denied claims that the government owed the health workers, adding that those yet to be paid were illegally recruited. But the meetings ended without any resolutions, with Johesu insisting that, or rather, on its strike ultimatum.
If you remember, it was just 2 issues. The issue of a new hazard allowance, which government promised to do after the battle with COVID in 2020, and the issue of upward review of the retirement age of health workers and professionals, which...
And that's all we have time for when it comes to the news.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time we review the newspaper headlines. First, we're starting with The Nation. And making the headline here, we have Buhari to service chiefs, IG, end banditry, kidnapping. Find new ways, tactics, 6 more Super Tucano jets in next week. And at the bottom of the paper here, we have CBN raises bank's dollar allocation by 200%. Apex Bank in battle to prevent devaluation of Naira. And you can find that story on page 5 of the paper. 25 cholera deaths create panic in Ogun. And gunmen kidnap 18 in Kaduna. And here we have 1.5 million Nigerians fully vaccinated. And Taliban set up Islamic government. And at the top of the paper here, PDP governors, senators meet on party crisis, NEC to plan convention, and no need for NCC approval to transmit results electronically. And finally here, no anointed candidate for Lasso VC, says Sanwo-Olu, and another OAU sacked for alleged sexual assault. And that's it on the cover of the Nation newspaper here. Next stop, we have the Nigerian Tribune. And making the headline here, Zamfara gunmen are terrorists, not bandits, says Akeredolu. And selective abductions, killings in Northeast, North Central. Buhari charges security chiefs. And here we have 76 million Nigerians. Adults are illiterates, says federal government. And Lagos PDP crisis, court declares no vacancy in 6 key positions. And 500 billion naira suits. Court allows viewing of DSS invasion of Igboho's residence during proceedings. And here we have a photo story of Osun State Governor Mr. Adigboyega Oyetola with Amotekun Corps Field Commander Comrade Amitolu Shitu during the passing out parade of 360 Pioneer Amotekun Corps operatives at Ejigbo yesterday. And finally, at the top of the paper here, we have AFDB to spend $700 million on livestock development projects in 2 years. And finally, reports on freezing of Kogi accounts, joke taken too far, says Yahaya Bello. And that's it on the newspaper review this morning. Next up, we have fitness.
Hello and hello there. Welcome to our show for today. I'm your host Zed, a trainer here at iFitness, Nigeria's fastest growing fitness chain. So today we're going to be going through a couple of stretches for your lower back, which is one of the most prevalent issues we have in society today. I have people coming to me as a personal trainer always talking about back pain, and this can be caused by long time sitting, always sitting in cars, sitting in traffic, basically sitting all day. We no longer stretch, okay? So there are a couple of exercises that can help with this. You do this when you wake up in the morning or late at night before you go to bed, or basically randomly anytime throughout the day you feel that pain, just go down, do a couple of these exercises, and you should be good to go. Join us and we'll start. With that being said, let's get straight to it. Okay, so quick and simple, we'll walk in our heels all the way down to our pelvis. Okay, keeping the knees tight together, and we're taking the legs down to the sides. Okay, now this shouldn't feel painful, you should just feel a little bit of stretch on the waist, and we take it down and down. Back up, all the way. Bring it back to the center and down. Nice. Okay, next up, we're going to be bringing the knees in. So right leg first, grab on and pull in. So knees to chest, pointing the toes out. Hold for a couple seconds. Now ensure not to flex the spine, keeping the back flat, lower back on the floor. Now ensure to breathe through the exercise, okay? A couple of us always hold our breath in when we're working out or doing a couple of exercises. Try to avoid that, okay? Breathe good and through all the exercises. One more time on both sides. Nice. Now next up, we're going to grab both legs all the way up, okay? So we're still trying to keep the back flat on the floor. No flexion, just holding, and we'll take it back down. Nice. Now moving on to the third exercise. Quick and simple, we're going for a bridge. So your arms flat by your sides, and you take the pelvis off the floor, ensuring to tighten your glutes. So hold tight, you can feel it all the way up. Hold for a couple seconds, and drop. Take it back up. Now this is a glute-centered exercise. So you're holding. So your glutes actually support. You're squeezing tight, hamstring flexed, and back down. Nice. Okay, next up, we're moving up. Now from here, we're going to be going into the cat's camel movement, giving a little bit of rotation. Now it's very simple. So you pretend that there's a string, basically a string down by the level, pulling you up, 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 up. Good. Now from here, we sink down. Opening up all the way. Now we're going to be taking the right arm up and the left leg up at the same time, okay? So a little bit of bipedal motion. So we're going up and up. Bring it back down. We put the right leg. The left leg up and the right arm up at the same time. Holding and back down. Same time, all the way up. Involving the glutes, so the glutes should hold the movement tight and easy, and down. Perfect. Now that's our movement. And ensure to do this a couple of times. If you need to do it more, that's okay. Have a lovely day. Join us next time.
Welcome, people. What's up and about, ladies?
I actually feel like I need a good stretch.
Massage? Sorry, okay. I thought you were going to say massage.
Just watching that stretching session just made me realize how stiff my back is.
Well, I do have gifted
oh my
hands.
goodness. Wow, really?
You might need the massage.
I know you have a gifted voice,
Hello,
but your hands,
Jennifer.
I don't know.
Jennifer is like the
now.
fourth presenter here each time.
Really?
In any case, hey, talking about Jennifer and being married and, you know, in
Or
Nigeria. Or not after this show.
Yeah.
What's about it a new feature over the week? And this new feature allows you to actually not only be able to be on your phone, but it can be on 4 devices, and your phone does not need to be connected to the internet. So which means you can have a laptop, your phone can be switched off, and you can be on WhatsApp on your phone.
Yeah.
Now this is grand because for the first time yesterday, I was able to log on to WhatsApp, receive messages while my phone was switched off for about 5 hours. This is the first time that has ever happened in 10 years.
Okay.
I kid you not. My phone is always on and I'm always concerned. Builds anxiety. I'm like, who's going to call me next? I'm waiting for this call.
Exactly.
But yesterday, I switched it off and I had a good 5-hour rest. So
WhatsApp has become a tool for business now more than ever. So I think because of the business features is why they added that. So even while we script here and we produce shows here, a lot of the information, files, documents, everything goes through WhatsApp a lot faster.
But what's that look in your face there, ma'am?
She's talking relationships
what?
with that look.
No, but do share. What's on your mind?
Why are you clapping?
I think I know what she's about to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might have an inkling. So imagine your phone is switched off and wow, you're happy.
You're safe.
Which one is this safe?
Don't worry about anybody going through your phone. And then you're working on your laptop, replying to those, that message.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no clue
And
myself.
then comes and says, baby, what are you having for lunch? Or what are you having for dinner?
And leans over your shoulder.
While she's talking to you, her other eyes are trying to monitor what's going on your laptop.
Are you speaking from experience here, Emma?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. I'm speaking from experience.
So we're curious
because
humans.
There have been cases where you don't log out of your laptop. You don't log your WhatsApp out of your laptop. And then let's say someone decides, okay, please, can I borrow your laptop or can I use your laptop briefly? And then the first thing that pops up in your WhatsApp message.
So it raises security concerns.
Exactly.
The security concerns, whether it is people who might not be up to no good or people who you might not want seeing specific messages. Or your partners.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that WhatsApp has included another way in which to break up relationships, I guess.
Well, I think we need to realize something. The owners of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp are the same people. And they've decided they are no longer a social media tech company. They are now a marketing company.
I guess so.
That is what they are. So they don't really care whether you're cheating on your husband or your wife or your boyfriend. They don't care. All they want to do is make money. So you need to just make sure you do not have secrets to hide.
Well, I'll always say that social media is a necessary evil. because we have seen it, you know, as much as it has its pros, it also has its cons. As long as much, yes, it's serving a lot of purposes, but then it's also a medium for destruction.
Destruction.
Yes.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that it's actually a function of you hiding stuff from your partner. It is the fact that when you put things in different expressions, it changes the meaning.
Okay.
I've had instances where you might send something as a message, even to you ladies, have sent something as a message, but it comes across to you very differently from what I'm actually saying. For instance, I'm saying, titi, but instead you're like, titi.
Yeah,
when you read
exactly.
it. You know, so it changes the meaning.
I agree with you.
That is a concern for me. People reading these stuff could just be like, Mazin is having a relationship with Titi Gang Gang.
That's why if you both notice, if I want to communicate to you both, I would rather call than send a message. I would rather call you than send a message. And I even really do not mean within the relationship now. So yes, like I said earlier, it has its advantages. Now let's talk about people who also meet on social media.
Yeah.
True.
Well, all in all, keep your secrets secret. Not on WhatsApp.
Titi.
We have to. Do you know how many locks I have on my phone?
Secrets. We'll be back after this break.
Growing up in an environment whereby there are a lot of debt around, you know, this prompts me to like I'm always inquisitive to just pick all these debts that I see, all these nylon. I just pick them, and I was like, how can we make use of this nylon that we just pick up and down? And I was born into weaving of ashoke. I started weaving ashoke since age 9. So that prompts me to like now use those wastes that we just keep picking around to now create a solution around it with the weaving skill that I have. And later on, after I graduated my school, then we started Planet 3R. My name is Adejokela Asiri. I'm the founder and creative director of Planet 3R. What we do at Planet 3R is basically we convert these wastes that we get into beautiful eco-friendly products, and we also empower people with the skills that we have, because we believe that we don't just want to create these products and just be creating them, but we also want to create opportunity around it. Our process is actually in 5 simple steps. So the first step is sourcing for these raw materials, the waste. We call them raw materials because that is what we use to create this product that we do. We have about 2 collection points for now. We already told them that they know what we do, and so they collect those waste for us, like a collection point where we just go there and pick up those waste, because individuals cannot like be coming to our location here. And if we really want to like make this impact the way we want to do it, we need to really reach so many places. And for us to do that, we need to get collection places in different locations, whereby to be closer to people that wants to bring those waste to us. So what we do is that we collect those waste from pure water factories. There are leakages. Most of them are just there too. So some organizations too, they put them up for us. So those are just the different ways that we collect our waste. And some people, we pay them for the collection, like bringing their waste to us. So please don't throw this thing away. If it's possible for you to just get something for it, pack it together for us, bring it. We will just give you a token for it, for even at least, even if it's for card or to buy something. So that's the first step. Then the second step is that we bring these waste together and we wash them. So after collecting those waste and sorting them out, which is the first step, so the second step is actually washing these waste. As you can see, we wash those nylon one by one, and we also disinfect them. So the third step, after cleaning it thoroughly and drying it, because the cleaning and everything, the process involves drying as well. Majorly, we dry it for about 2 to 3 days properly before we start shredding it. So our third step is threading. One pure water sachet can give us up to like 60 inches long. So with that, we'll now shred them into like all the things that we need. So the fourth one is the weaving. The weaving that we already set up on the loom, as you can see. So we now take the thread, we weave it into it. So the thread, the nylon, the waist consists about 90%, whereby the thread is like 10%. Then the fifth step is that this material, the fabricated material, which is like the cloth-like material, we now convert them into different products that we want to use it to do. We can make it into shoes, bag, clothing, so different things that we can come up with from that material. So those are just the 5 steps that we use in converting those wastes. So when we now started weaving it, so many people did not buy into this idea of like planetary hour. Why would they be using waste? Why would they be doing this? So I now did a customer survey, whereby I called 20 potential customers. So with that, I was able to understand what they really want, their pain, what they are facing in the environment, why they would love to be a part of our organization with the solution that we are giving. So with that, they told me that if it is attractive, if it is affordable. So those things, the summary, I was able to summarize all those things in like 5 pages. And that thing helped me a lot in understanding what they want. So many people started buying into the idea that, okay, this thing is attractive. They told us, and we started doing it. We listened to them, what they said, those things, and we put them into consideration. And later on, like, our products started coming out fair. Even when I saw that, I was like, like, this thing is so fine, like, even me, myself, like, I was like, I can buy this thing myself now. Our solution don't create any other environmental hazard. We try as much as possible not to, like, our local way of solving that problem doesn't, like, we don't have to burn those ways to create another solution, because if we have to, like, we are trying to solve this problem, we can't be creating another problem while solving that problem. So this loom now is locally fabricated. We get our wood, we get our carpenters to just like create those loom for us. We have them in different sizes, but right now we have just this size that we use. So the size that we use, the loom, we make sure that we set it up. We get our thread and set it up on it. So when we set it up, that is the warp. Any cloth that you see in life consists of warp and weft. So you have your warp, you have your weft. So our warp is the thread, then our weft is those nylon waste or the textile waste. So we put it inside it and we get our product.
Alrighty, guys, check out that smile. It's Chef Blossom, and I mean, hey, who else do you want in the kitchen but Chef Blossom on a Wednesday? Yeah. She is just beautiful. Hey, you are welcome. What are we doing today? I can see that we have a full desk here. What's happening? What are we having?
So we are doing macaroni jollof. Jollof macaroni, you like to call it that.
Jollof macaroni.
Yes.
Does this mean that it's going to taste a bit like jollof rice?
Not particularly, but close.
Close, okay. So I see we have everything here. We've got macaroni, 2 bowls of macaroni. Jeez, yes. Who do you plan on feeding? Somalia? 2 bowls of macaroni, some carrots.
Yes.
We've got plantain, onions, and also tomatoes, some chicken, sausages, eggs, and also, what's that, green?
No, spring onions.
Spring onions.
Some garlic.
Okay. garlic, oil, ketchup, and I also see some condiments on there.
No, this paste tomatoes.
Oh, it's not Mazzino, it's not ketchup. I'm sorry. In any case, so what is this, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Breakfast.
Breakfast. How long will it take us to prepare?
Max 30 minutes.
Max 30 minutes. As a chef, do you often get confused over what you want to have for breakfast? I'm just curious, because you have so many options, and I'm sure that your fridge is stocked and everything.
Yeah. Most times I like to stock my fridge, so I can just mix different things together. Okay.
Well, I wish I was like you. Most Nigerians, actually, when they wake up, it's just bread and tea, bread and tea, bread and tea.
No,
this is an opportunity for you guys to actually have more variety in your meals. Try something new each day. Learn something from us here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Blossom's got, she's got the magic. So what are we going to be starting with? What are we going to be doing?
Okay, we'll start by marinating the turkey.
Okay, marinate. Marinating often means that you, like what? Keep it there for a while?
Season the turkey, keep it for a while. But since we're not going to keep it, we just season and cook.
Okay.
Directly.
All right.
So I'm going to have this go into the pot.
I don't know if it's just me, but I love the texture of turkey, yeah? I love the texture of turkey. I like to touch it when it's raw.
Oh,
I don't know.
Do you want to touch it now?
No. But it just has a thing about it. I love the texture of turkey. I love the smell of raw meat. I mean...
The smell?
The smell, yeah.
Okay, the smell.
Yeah, I don't know. That's rather morbid, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I often used to follow my mom to the market when I was a kid just because I wanted her to go to the Eleron section.
Just
and then when she got there, I just, loved the feeling of being in there. I don't know. Thank goodness I didn't become a butcher.
That wouldn't have been bad, though.
Well, perhaps. In any case. All right, so we're marinating that.
Yes.
We're adding what exactly to it? Yes.
So I'm going to be adding my salt, my seasoning cubes.
Okay.
Some curry will go in.
All right,
I'm going to add a bit of water because we don't have water coming out.
Okay.
Yet.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Just to cook properly.
Okay.
Then I'm adding some seasoning cubes to it.
How much of that do we need, the seasoning cubes? And that's for, like, what, half a kilo of?
No, I have 2 cubes.
2? Okay.
Yes. So 4 could go for this size.
4, okay. That's what, a kilo or half?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, that's 2 big arms of chicken or wings.
Okay, you mean the turkey?
Yeah.
This is half kilo.
That's half a kilo.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been sent on so many errands that I know exactly what half a kilo of turkey looks like. Madame says, buy me half a kilo when you're coming back.
Would you have guessed if it was 1 kilo or half?
No, I knew straight up that it was half.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, too many evenings out trying to find the best deal. So I think I know. Now.
Okay, so now we could put in our... You can just toss in all the spices you want to have in this.
So that was seasoning cubes. This is what now?
Curry. Curry powder. Then this is white pepper.
White pepper.
And this is mixed spices.
Mixed spices.
And this is the thyme.
Thyme, that one I know.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we let marinate.
Yeah, let's cook them. So I'll add salt to taste.
Okay.
When it's properly done.
So everybody watching at home, these are regular stuff that you could find every single time. When you're coming back from work, for instance, Madame sends you to go and buy that half a kilo of chicken. Make sure you buy everything else. The eggs, however, I'm confused. I don't know what we're going to be using the eggs for because I'm thinking...
Majorly for garnish. This goes for garnish.
Okay.
And the eggs and also the plantain.
And what about the sausages?
For garnish as well.
Garnish as well. Yes. All right, grand. So these are simple stuff you could get every single place, anywhere you go, any store that you might be at. Just feel free to buy them, purchase them in excess if you've got a good freezer anyhow, and make something for breakfast like we are doing here right now. We will take you through the process even if it's not shown directly on television, so don't you worry, it's coming your way. We're also going to show you all the ingredients that were used for today's jollof macaroni. Yeah? Yes. Thank you very much, Chef Blossom. We'll be right back, to stay tuned. It's Wake Up Nigeria. We've got more coming your way.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, it's time for our nutrition segment. And on nutrition today, we have Ebenezer Miracle. He is an RODA registered dietitian with 3 years of experience in clinical dietetics and a very enthusiastic and highly competent dietitian with a track record of helping clients achieve their set dietary and health goals. Well, very passionate about sports as well and special care nutrition. And this morning we'll be talking about the dangers of alcohol on the liver. Good morning. How are you doing today, Benazir?
Very fine, and you?
All right, great. Now let's get right into it. The dangers of alcohol on the liver. First, what are the dangers?
The major danger of alcohol on the liver is the fact that alcohol actually scars the liver tissues. Like when I mean scars it, it makes them inflamed. Just like your skin has rashes on it. That's what happens when you take excess alcohol over a long period of time. Now, the liver, the major function of the liver is to filter alcohol. If I will use a simple term, is to filter alcohol, filter other nutrients, filter toxins, filter drugs, and all. So when it comes to alcohol, what happens in alcohol is that the liver also filters that. But excess intake of alcohol over a very long period of time causes the liver to start getting inflamed, even though the liver has the ability to regenerate itself. Like the liver cells die, it can actually come back again. Even though it has that ability, the long intake of alcohol, excess intake of alcohol over a long period of time reduces that ability.
Now let's talk about excess intake, because you keep emphasizing on that. What do you classify as an excess intake of alcohol? And then when you say within a long period of time, how long?
Let me say this. I actually had somebody tell me he takes about 40 bottles of alcohol a week.
40 bottles of beer?
Yes, a week.
Okay.
So now that's aside.
So if you're to quantify it in terms of percentage?
In terms of percentage, you know, every type of alcohol actually has different percentage. There's malt liquor, there's the red wine, there's the spirit, there's and all that.
I mean, because some of us look out for that when we go shopping for alcohol.
So each of them actually have their percentage, and each of them have the amount they are supposed to be taking per day. So the recommendation will just tell you for men about two bottles per day or 2 drinks per day, and for women.
In what percentage?
In what percentage? Yeah, that's it. Then for malt liquor. Malt liquor, that's the beer, the Guinness, and all this stuff. For those who want for malt liquor, about, if you say two bottles per day for 2 drinks per day for the men, that's about 330 mils per a can. If you are going to use can, that's a can. So like 1 bottle of can, that can. One of it per day for the guys. That is for ladies, about half of that. So when you now come to things like red wine and all, where you take in glasses, you take in challenge, right? Like 2 of that.
2 glasses.
Full. Yes, not full.
Glasses,
yeah, you know you're not going to full.
Yeah,
like half of it, like in a day per week. If the person is actually healthy, if the person doesn't have
any health
implications, yes. But if the person has health implications, especially ones that might actually deter the liver or have any family-related disease, the person should not even try doing 1 per day. Should do 1 per 3 months or 4 months or something. Should just do it occasionally. So for different types of alcohol, there are different types of recommendations for them.
Now let's talk about the sachet gins. Those sachet gins pose, according to health experts, pose a lot of health risk. Please, enlighten us more on it.
The major people that actually patronize the sachet drinks are the people we see on the road. Those guys on the road. And the first thing you should actually look at is their eye. Their eyeballs are never white. Their eyeballs are always very, very
yellow. Or red or yellow?
Very red, actually. That's actually
is that a sign to look out for
that's
if you have liver disease?
That's actually one sign. But really that one sign is not really because of that, but that's one sign. So the thing is that when they continue taking that over time, it scars their liver. Like I said from the beginning, the liver won't be able to regenerate itself again. And once it's scarred, the liver is scarred. When it enters the stage of cirrhosis, the liver is scarred. Yes, there's nothing you can do about that again, just to manage the person.
So do you recommend it or not?
I do not recommend it at all.
Now, talking about the types of alcoholic beverage that we have, which would you advise that we take occasionally? Because as much as we say, oh yeah, alcohol, there are dangers to, you know, to the intake of alcohol in the system, it also has certain roles that it plays in the body, right?
Well, I wouldn't say it has certain roles. Like alcohol wouldn't help your brain
function
very well. like they say, glucose is the brain. Yes, the brain's stuff, and so alcohol wouldn't do that.
Okay.
And the only thing I would say is maybe red wine, because of the fact that it has resveratrol, a flavonoid that might help your heart. Yes, heart health and all. So that's the only thing I would say. And that one should just be like a glass. The normal wine glass, that one should just be a glass per day if the person is going to take.
Now, quickly, before I wrap this up, let's talk about the signs.
Okay.
You know, to look out for that your liver is in trouble.
Okay, there's one major sign probably. That's when it actually goes out of hand, because there are three. Let me just put everything together. There are actually three major diseases that are linked to liver, linked to alcohol. Three major liver diseases are linked to alcohol. One is alcoholic fatty liver disease. Another one is cirrhosis. And another one is alcoholic hepatitis. For everything, most times, one symptom you might actually get is the fact that you might just always feel nauseous. Yeah, me feel you have to you feel dizzy, you feel nauseous, you feel lightheaded. Another one is that when jaundice comes in, you see the yellowing of eyes. Yeah, there might actually be an extension of the abdomen, ascites. Yes.
Extension of the abdomen.
Yes,
it swells.
Aphobia, let's just use that language. Yes, it swells and all, because the liver actually starts swelling.
I'm looking at someone right now. A lot of men around here have big tummies. You guys got to go check your alcoholic liver content in your body. Please go ahead.
So those are the major symptoms of it. Yeah, the dizziness, the lightheadedness, the nausea, the yellowing of the eyes, the stomach, the distended abdomen. Those are the major ones to look out for. Yes, those are the major ones to look out for majorly.
Oh wow, this is quite interesting. All right, so in a nutshell, are you saying that it's okay to say that there are safe alcoholic contents, or there's safe alcohol, or is there just, you know, in conclusion, I just need you to tell us, is it safe to take alcohol? Is it okay to take alcohol? Is it not okay to take alcohol? If you have to take alcohol, this is how you should take it in a day. This is how much intake of alcohol you should have in a day. Well,
it's not really safe to take alcohol, but if you must take alcohol, maybe you should just go for red wine.
Okay.
Yes.
Red wine.
If you must take alcohol, 1 to 2 drinks per day. That's it. And not, let me say, per alternate day. Okay. Let me not say per day, because when you say 1 to 2 drinks per day, and people now start saying, okay, let's do 1 to 2 drinks per day.
I know there are the smaller bottles and then there are the bigger bottles.
So. Yeah, so people will just want to do it. So let me say 1 to 2 drinks per alternate day for red wine. I would only recommend red wine if I must. So it's just like there's a gun to my head and you have to recommend alcohol. So I'll just say, okay, fine, red wine is actually good.
All right, thank you so much, Ebenezer Miracle.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a very, very insightful conversation this morning. The dangers of alcohol. You guys have heard, you have heard. Please take it easy on your alcohol intake. Right now, we have to head over to the kitchen with Mazino and Chef Blossom. What's cooking, guys?
Okay, we are doing some frying, and that's why I need protection. I don't like.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the scariest part of being in the kitchen. But in any case, we are afoot with breakfast, and we've got our, let's see what's in there. Okay, yeah, so that's our marinating turkey. Yeah, talk us through that.
We have our spices in here. We have our white pepper, just to give it a little bit of spice. Then we have our curry powder.
And all our condiments and everything. But that's been cooking for a while now. How long more do we have?
Let's say 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, 3 to 4 minutes. So frying our plantain, which is like regular, normal stuff. But in all of this, I noticed that we haven't started yet with our macaronis. So why is this?
I was telling you before now, some persons like to boil their macaronis in plain hot water, you know, which goes well, which is fine. But I would like to boil mine in the stock water.
Oh.
Yes, in order to allow it to absorb lots of spice.
Okay,
and
that's
flavor.
A different style.
Yes, before tossing it into our sauce.
Okay, that's nice.
That works.
All right. Just before we came back, Chef Blossom was talking to me about the fact that you can actually, I will not suggest this in any case, but people actually eat raw sausages just like this.
Yes.
I've never thought of it as processed.
I think it's quite healthier than... I think it's quite healthier than eating it when you have oil.
Really?
Yes.
So you mean it's processed as it is like this?
Yes, it is.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that. I have it in everything. I eat it in my noodles and all, but I've never thought of it as already processed and edible as it is, or consumable as it is right now. So that's going to go in after we put in the macaroni as well.
You mean the sausages?
Yeah, the sausages.
It's going to go into the sauce.
Into the sauce?
Yes.
Oh, so we're making a sauce separate from everything else?
Yes, we will make
and then we're putting it together in the second hour. Oh, now I get it, because we have so much to go. So remember, guys, there's so much here. We've got our macaroni, carrots, potatoes, and also, sorry, tomatoes, onions, our egg for garnish, and also spring onions there. I see a bit of garlic. Are those garlic?
Yes.
The garlic?
The garlic,
having garlic. Yes. And that is not ketchup, but tomato paste.
Yes.
We also have something in here which we didn't talk about in the beginning. What is this?
It's a grated, my own call it blended pepper.
Blended pepper, okay.
Yes. I have a mixture of yellow pepper and the normal atarodo, Scotch bonnet, yes. And then a bit of onions in it.
Some people like to put some garlic in there and let it stay for years.
Did you say yes?
Years, yes. We had a chef who actually told us about his secret. So he's got that blended, and then he's added some garlic in there, and it's been there for
years. Garlic works as a preservative too.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And it really gives your what is it called again? It gives the sauce, it gives the sauce a special kind of taste. Garlic and ginger.
Yeah, I think he's got ginger in there as well.
Yes.
That's very interesting. Yes, okay, all right, cool. All right, so we can't hurry it up, so otherwise I'll just say let's get on with it. We have to wait for everything to be nicely either boiled or fried. Our plantain is coming to a very nice golden brown. I think that's what we are going for, that golden brown look. We're going to take that out in a minute, and then we'll continue with everything else. Yes. So breakfast will be served in about 45 minutes or even less. You guys will be welcome to share. Just in case you want to be a part, or rather you want to use this as your next breakfast, maybe for a Thursday morning tomorrow, we're going to give you all the ingredients and everything that you need to know, and the process as well. And if you didn't catch it from the very beginning, you can always go back on YouTube, where this will be put up on YouTube, so you can see exactly how we started and the entire process up until when it finishes. Just so you know, it's a macaroni jollof, or jollof macaroni this morning with Chef Blossom, and we're right in the middle of it. And we're going to make sure that you guys are carried along. All right, so apart from using macaroni and rice, obviously.
Yes.
Spaghetti.
Yes.
How do you like your spaghetti, long or short?
I like it long.
Good. True Italian style. So spaghetti is another option which you guys could use. I don't know if there's any other one. Oh,
pasta.
Pasta.
Because it's pasta as well.
I do not know the difference. What's pasta now?
You know, they just have different ways. They come like different shapes and sizes.
This I know is macaroni.
Macaroni.
The long stretched out one's spaghetti.
Yes, a very slim one, spaghetti. Pasta is a bit thick.
Thick. And, the big thick one that looks like...
yes, they use usually for cream pasta.
Yeah, exactly. I know that one. Alrighty, so hey, this is afoot. We're going to be ready with it in the next hour, which, by the way, is what we're going into. Do stay tuned. It's Wake Up Nigeria. It's Chef Blossom in here in the kitchen cooking jollof macaroni, and I'm just going to try one of these raw. We'll be back.
Wow.
Well, alrighty then. So if you had a blast in the first 1 hour, the next 45 minutes promises to be even more explosive than you can ever imagine. And there's so much more in the next hour here. It's magic all the way.
Yeah, magic all the way. We love it, we love it, we love it. It's Wednesday, and it remains a bridge to the week winding down. You know, it's that hump of the week where you get to that plateau and then you're like, You're with us to get a double dose of absolute entertainment to help you get through the week.
Yes, indeed. And we are on your #1 breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Now, I hope that you will have a memorable and also fantastic time here with us for this Wednesday. And that's because you chose to let us in front of your screens here, the right channel. That's where you chose. And we're going to be with you to set your day fantastic from here on.
Thank you so much for tuning to us every day. We actually really appreciate it. Oh, my God. We love you.
Oh, boy.
We love that you are a part of our day as we are a part of yours. It's time for the second hour to begin. My name is Titi Layo.
And my name is Mazino Appeal. In the kitchen, by the way, going down, Chef Blossom is making sure that everything is coming your way spicy and fiery. MM looking good in there, taking my place. Yeah.
Well done, Chef Blossom.
Thank you.
And must I add that I've been stealing with some of the plantain, because I mean, like, you can't put plantain in front of anybody and expect it to be the same.
Foodie.
I know, whatever, Titi, whatever. Anyways, right now, Chef Blossom is frying up our turkey, and then she's putting our macaroni into the pot.
That looks good.
So that's breakfast is coming out really nicely, as you can see. Really nicely. Well done, Blossom. Well done.
Yeah.
We love the sights and sound from there. That's just beautiful.
I actually started salivating just now.
I could tell.
Just right now.
Yeah, you got some on me. Stop.
What? Wow.
In any case, remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms for the best breakfast show on Nigerian television. You can also watch live from absolutely anywhere by downloading our app on mobile. That's on Google Play Store and on iOS.
Yeah, so for what's left on the show, we'll be having Dr. Tolu Okoigare, and she is known as the Fixer, Africa's foremost couples therapist. And she's also a professional mental health practitioner. She is a clinical counselor. She's demonstrated experience in areas of depression treatment, PTSD counseling, and much, much more. We're going to be talking about attachment styles in relationships today.
Gospel Pele, better known as, well, his stage name is Wanda Banton, spelled 1-D-A. I like that. He's a Nigerian singer-songwriter and also producer. His music is a unique blend of reggae, dancehall, and Afrobeat and traditional sounds from Rivers, his hometown. And he'll be performing one of those great tunes for us here today.
We're going to be having Damilare Oshundari, an award-winning author, comedian, brand influencer, MC, actor, and so much more. He's built a stellar brand as one of the leading voices of personal transformation in Africa. He's popularly known as Asiri. We're going to be having him right here on the couch, this mystery gentleman who we see often on social media skits. That's going to be fun.
Ah, customer. She must be Ah, of course. Number plate here is your motto. Ah, yes, sir. Is your car. Kilo shele. Why pa Monica she fún mi pé 20 lórí. Ah, we understand where I was confused. Jerry, my own style of mechanics, so different gone. There's a connection between the
Even I know that has nothing to do with the windscreen wiper.
Even she knows.
Even I know.
Interesting stuff that they're doing that with a car and everything. So yesterday I went a bit window shopping, and I discovered that window shopping. Let's just leave it like so. And I discovered that the prices of almost in fact everything has really gone up.
He's just connecting with reality.
See, listen, it's so scary. So over the past 1 week, I actually had started something. And I think everybody can learn from this. I started finding out little ways in which I can save money. And one of those ways includes changing a habit. Something as simple as changing a habit can actually save you so much money. Yeah. I'm a very heavy-footed driver.
Okay.
So when I drive, I'm like,
okay.
I actually realized that I burn twice as much fuel.
Exactly. Yeah. With the pressure.
Yes, as you know, with all that pressure and everything. So I've been trying to manage how much fuel I spend by changing my driving style.
So you just take it easy.
Yeah. And it's been working. I'd like to say that. It's absolutely been working. And I suggest that everybody does that.
So the ladies always know when things go up in the market. Thanks for connecting with reality, finally. Thanks for getting there.
Finally.
But at this point, we'll be finding out if we're going to the market in the rain or sunshine today.
Nice segue. Wicked.
Good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Uyinson. President Muhammadu Buhari met with service chiefs yesterday and ordered them to find a lasting solution to the security challenges in the country, especially in the northwest and north central. President Buhari gave the directive during a 3-hour meeting with the service chiefs at the presidential villa, where he emphasized the urgent need to nip banditry and kidnapping in the bud. After the meeting, the Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, told the State House correspondents that the government will be taking urgent steps to restore peace in the north central, especially in Zamfara state. Now to health matters, the federal government has opened negotiations with the Health Workers Union in a bid to stop the planned nationwide industrial action. At the meeting, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, expressed dissatisfaction over the 2-week ultimatum handed down by the joint health sector unions. He also denied claims that the government owed the health workers, adding that those yet to be paid were illegally recruited. But the meeting ended without any resolutions, with Johesu insisting on its strike ultimatum.
If you remember, it was just 2 issues. The issue of a new hazard allowance, which government promised to do after the battle with COVID in 2020, and the issue of upward review of the retirement age of health workers and professionals, which we also try to do there.
We are all in this together because government does not exist in abstract. We are all involved. We are all involved. So,
And that's all we have on the news update for Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, let's do relationships. Dr. Tolulokpe Okoigere, known as the Fixer, is Africa's foremost couples and sex therapist and professional mental health practitioner, a clinical counselor with demonstrated experience in depression treatment, PTSD counseling, human sexuality, and dysfunctional behavioral treatment. And she joins us to talk about attachment styles in a relationship. You are welcome, the Fixer.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Same here.
I would like us to define what exactly attachment styles are before going into it. What are we referring to when we say attachment styles?
So, attachment style is basically how we attach to our caregivers as a child. Mm-hmm. So, how you relate to them emotionally, behavioral-wise. The person could be your mom, your dad, your parent, or somebody that is actually taking care of you. So how you attach to them, how you relate to them, how you warm up to them, and how they relate to you is attachment style. Okay,
so what different styles are there?
So there are basically like 4 different styles. There is the secured attachment. There is the anxious attachment. There is the avoidant attachment. And then there is disorganized. So there are 4 of them.
It all sounds very interesting because I can actually see already what you're talking about. Well, please do go ahead to define these different styles further.
Okay, so I talked about 4 of them, major 4 of them. So let's look at the anxious. So we need to understand that as individuals, the way we relate romantically as adults has a lot to do with attachment at childhood.
Really?
That is actually what we are talking about. So your attachment style and the implication on your adult relationship, romantic relationship. So you see people act the way they do, they just don't act like that. There's an underlying issue why they are behaving the way they do. So if you are trying to fight them, get angry or whatever, it doesn't make any sense because they are whom they are. It's like a factory-fitted setting.
Exactly, default.
Right. So the anxious attachment are people that grew up with caretakers who are inconsistent. So the child does not know what to expect. So you have a baby whom maybe a child, maybe a 2-year-old that the parents maybe the mom is available today, and mom is all over her, and then tomorrow mommy is nowhere to be found. And then, or a father who is very nice and say, oh, baby, my darling, carry the child. And then maybe something happened and the father just suddenly became a lion. So the child could not comprehend, which one do I attach to? Is it the nice daddy or the wicked daddy, or is it the available mom or the mom that is going to disappear? So you see this kind of children, if the mom is around, they cling to the mom. These are the children that if the mom wants to go out, you see them crying, weeping bitterly.
So how does it affect them in future life?
So as an adult, people with anxious attachment style, when they become adults, when they want to attach romantically, they become clingy.
Oh.
They are clingy. They are the people that...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are clingy. They are people that, if they have a breakup, they can easily commit suicide.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. And they don't really know how to handle relationships. They don't know what to expect. They expect too much. They depend too much. Individuality is not easy for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me slow you down there, Doctor. Well, already I can see that we cannot exhaust these 4 types today. But I'm going to let us try. Let's move on to the next one now. Anxious relationship we just spoke about. What's the next one?
The avoidance.
Avoidance, please tell us.
Avoidance is a parent that are not there. You know, for anxious, they are inconsistent. But for avoidant, they are not there. So they are busy, they are working. And the problem with this is we just do all of these things as parents. We don't even understand the implications.
Yes.
So for the avoidance, the parents are not there. So they take care of themselves right from childhood. And if you look around you, you see all of these things in Africa. We don't even take all of these things
just
to cognizance. We just live our lives.
Yeah.
All of these things have implication on how we become as adults. So as an adult, an avoidant is very cold. They are the ones that are not so good with relationships. So you said they are very cold. They don't know how to love. They actually don't know how to because they were not used to it while they were growing up. So you are going to be in a relationship with this person. You say, you don't call me, you don't text me, and the person is wondering, like, I love you. Why should I text or call? You know.
I feel like crying. In some funny way.
It's deep, actually.
You've just defined me. I'm sad. I've got tears in my eye.
Oh, really?
No, for real. I'm serious. I can't believe.
It's okay to cry.
No, here, no, on television. But that is so deep.
Yeah, it is.
Because I can see myself in all of that. I'm the kind of person that I'm like, you should know now. I love you now. You have my ATM card. What's your problem? Type of thing. And I'm sure my wife is going to be like, hey, I told you. But that's actually true. But I would never have thought that it had a thing.
And if you look back, you could actually realize certain things. If you can still remember certain things, or look at the pattern while you were growing up, the kind of job your mom was doing, your dad, were they always there? You could actually locate why you are the way you are.
Doctor, what other pain do you have to inflict on me? Let's go to the third one. What's the third one?
Okay, so the third one is disorganized. This one, they don't even know what to expect. They are very dramatic. So if you're in a relationship with somebody that you are wondering, why is this person so dramatic? Okay. What do I have to do to make the relationship work, or to make you stable?
In adult life, what kind of people are there?
Okay, so that's the adult life. These are people, disorganized are children that grew up with abuse.
Oh.
A lot so if you look around you and see all these children that are selling on the streets.
Oh, wow.
So just be picturing the future of Africa or Nigeria when you see all of these children.
The fourth one and final
The fourth one is the secured attachment. So a secured attachment is the parents are there, the parents are consistent. Even if they are busy, they know how to make up for the time that they are not available. There is no abuse, there is no drama, there is no domestic violence, balanced parenting. That is a secured attachment. So when they become adult, they maintain their individuality. At the same time, they maintain a stable relationship. They are not clingy, they are not overly dependent, yet they still love the other person. They are capable of expressing themselves and their needs.
Dr. Tululokwe, I am going to be going back on our YouTube page to watch this session all over again. I'm also going to ask that you be back again to take each of these styles separately and how we can actually adjust to whatever circumstance we find ourselves. So this is eye-opening. This is very interesting. And I'm sure you would agree out there that you never thought of it this way, but this is what it is from a certified professional. We will welcome you back the next time we have you on. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Customer, she must be Malaysia. Ah, of course. Number plate here is your motto. Ah, yes, sir. Number Malaysia is your car. Kilo shele. Why pa money can she for me 20 lori? Ah, mo understand where I was confused. Sherry, my own style of mechanics, so different gun. There's a connection between the engine and the wiper. They call it the connecting rod of destiny. One man cylinder around. Sherry, by me taba fe two master brake. Mo le koko your boot and be bonnet down. Don't do a low connect, sir. This is a new technique. Sherry, the connecting cord don't connect the wiper at the engine. And me value the column mobile. I know the place. There's a connection between.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Damilare Oshundare, award-winning author, comedian, brand influencer, MC, and actor.
He has built a stellar brand as one of the leading voices of personal transformation in Africa, popularly known as Asiri.
Yeah, Damilare, really sought after, highly sought after, and he's often described as the mystery man for his unusual ability to unravel uncommon insights for successful living. Welcome back to the show.
Looking at your bio, or reading through your bio, you don't sound like a comedian. You sound like a life coach.
Yeah, so I believe there was some kind of evolution. You need to touch on that.
Yeah. Yes, because even when I was looking at that video that brought me in, I was all like, nah, God, you know, see my head. Like, yeah, for me, it was, you know, it got to a point where I knew that comedy brought in audience, then I had that feeling like there's more I can give these people more than comedy. So it was at that point I knew comedy was a leverage that I need to like
leverage on
the attention. You know, attention is expensive.
Of course.
So when you have the attention, it's now what you put in front of it that matters. So that was how I evolved into, because that part of me has been before. But you know, people don't really listen to you until
All right, before we delve into the kind of content that you put out there, let's talk a little bit about your background. You have a science background, and then you have like loads of certifications in finance.
Sure.
At what point did you, decide that it was comedy you wanted to do?
It was, I think it was back then, 2007. So I just realized that they get to give me the funny roles. I joined the drama group, and they get to give me the funny in school.
Okay, cool.
They get to give me the funny roles, and I was like, why? Let me act pastor now. So one day I acted pastor. I was supposed to do Otako, so that the end of that drama, people were supposed to be crying. So I was the one that it was a disaster. So as I was doing Otako, people were laughing.
and that was it.
It was, so I started thinking that what's going on. So when I finally entered OAU, and then I just realized that once people return from lectures, they gather around my bunk and they just want to listen to me. They start whining me so that I can talk. And people started laughing. So I realized that, okay, I think there's something about comedy for me. And that was how it all started.
And wow.
I find that fascinating. I find it fascinating. But, you know, it's not every comedian that can, in quote, speak. So you've found yourself as a speaker, and also there's author in your bio. You need to touch on how that happened.
Yeah, you know, writing for me, my mom of blessed memory, I will give her that credit. You know, when I was in JSS1, she was doing her second degree in DESO. So as an inquisitive young boy, I will be picking up literatures, the likes of Oliver Twist, Charles Dickens, Animal Farm, George Orwell, Oracle of King Godopot. So as a JSS1 boy, I was helping out to do her assignment.
Wow.
So that was how I just got interested in writing. You know, reading those books, like, it registered something in my head. So over time, I love to write. So I still have several memos. Like, if you check my notepad, I have so many unpublished write-ups that I've not. So writing for me, even when I started comedy, those that knew me back then in OAU, I used to read my jokes like I'm casting news.
Interesting.
So I write them down, I pause. So it was over the years when I now started watching Night of 1,000 Laughs, that I now started adapting to stand-up. Okay. My initial style was writing and reading it.
All right. Now let's talk about content, the kind of content that you create, because I believe that for every influencer out there, you're an influencer for a reason. You're serving a purpose, which includes, giving to people. Do you think you put that into consideration in the kind of content that you put out? Do you think for every content that you put out, you need to make an impact? And are you seeing that, response as well?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Influencing is about range. So every influencer, they have their range. And it is your ethics, your moral, this thing that determines your range. Some things are very, very, how do I put it? Well, very lucrative, like there's money there, but sometimes it doesn't align with the persona you've traded over the years. Okay. Sometimes you might be tempted. During the lockdown, when everything was locked down, a very famous brand approached me. I was talking about this thing is close to $1 million. Imagine someone like pitching you close to $1 million during lockdown when no one is working. But what they represent is totally different from who I am and what I've portrayed and the people
that follow you.
That follow. So I think influencing gets to a point where you'll be truthful with yourself. Some things are funny, they will fly, but the moral undertone, it leaves some...
contradicts who you are.
It leaves some residue. So it's not left to you to sacrifice. At times you sacrifice numbers. You get it? Yeah. So it's a hard call. But now it's not everybody that have that balance, and it's fine. Some people have the range to be notorious. Some people have notoriety value, meaning that they can do some things without backlash. Some people don't have it. So influencing is basically know your range and be patient. In your range, you will still get your patronage. So that's how it works.
I'm hearing a lot of intentionality in your content.
Exactly.
But it's not easy to put together content that connects, also makes people laugh, and then stands the test of time. That video we saw with the mechanic, it can connect with people on so many different levels for different reasons. Yes. So how have you been able to find those little bits of content that you put together?
Yeah, first of all, I locate a need. Like, okay, what's the central message that we need to pass now? Look at social media. I checked the post. Look at social media now. If I'm to put out a content now, by the way, I took break from content. I will just resume. Yeah. So I took break. If you notice, in the last couple of months, I've not dropped anything. So, okay, what's the central message? Okay, I think there's a lot of toxicity on the social media space now. Okay. People don't have cheap pill again. So if I have to put out a content now, that's what it will address. Like, okay, how do we dose the tension? People are now too bitter. So for me, I locate, okay, what is the message of the season? Okay, so how do we now put it together? So how do we not make it boring? And in the process, we don't lose the message. So it's a whole lot of...
it's a process.
It's a process. Nice. By the end of the day, what's it?
Okay, but before we move over to the kitchen, I would like us to watch your video. When we come back, I would like to know, are you making money? That's the part at the end of the day. Well, quickly, let's watch this.
Don't malandu the man of God. My name is Prophet Isaiah. I didn't say Isaiah. Isaiah.
So what's the problem?
And I'm the mouthpiece of the Almighty God. And tell me, can I kidnap 2 minutes of your time? Maberu, don't fear. I need to see you. Do you know me?
No.
Do I know you?
No.
Do we know we? Have I met you
before?
Can
you say what you have to say? I don't have all the time.
Listen to what the Spirit is telling to the church. If you go ahead and marry that guy, are you telling budget?
I've been with this guy for 6 good years.
Just consider that 6 years as years of IT, industrial training.
So maybe you should obey him.
Obey him?
Yeah, like, obey what he said.
You should break him.
He's the man of God.
What does that even mean?
He's the man of God. He's the man of God that said it, baby.
Shut your mouth.
It's only break up, baby.
No, we're not breaking up.
You can't even break down.
Oh. Ah! Customer. She must have been of course. Number plate here is your motto. Yes, sir. Is your car. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Wiper mo ní kẹ́ ṣe fún mi pé 20 lórí. Mo understand pé I was confused. Sherry, my own style of mechanics, so different.
Well, you are welcome back, man. Fantastic, man, Asiri. I cannot believe how deep you are. From your range, you will find your patronage. You learned something, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
As in, you don't seem like a comedian. You seem like a motivational speaker.
Coach, yeah.
As in,
everybody is a motivational speaker.
Wallahi.
It's not a job description.
Fantastic.
This thing you're doing now, you're motivating someone.
Abi?
In fact, this color combo, you are motivating. Someone will dress like this tomorrow, you won't know.
You see, he's doing it already. Good one, man. It's all about the food women in the kitchen here. And Chef Blossom has been hard at work all morning putting together this special Jollof macaroni is what she calls it. So I'm sure you want him to taste it now, yeah?
Yes.
You do the honors in shifting it to him.
Okay.
So you cook this jollof macaroni?
Yes, live on the show, all from scratch.
So please do try. Let me get you some water here.
Jesus.
You're gonna try that, yeah?
Hallelujah, somebody. God is good.
All the time,
How'd you like that? I should wait first.
You know what?
What? You want to save it and take it with you, Abby?
This kind of meal, I can't be eating it in front of camera because the way I would devour it off camera, you'll be scared.
I can imagine that. Thanks for coming, man. It's great having you
Thank
here.
you so
Fantastic one for a Wednesday, and we hope to see more from you. And I want to read that book. I haven't read it, I must say, but I definitely have to. So please, I'll like a copy if you don't mind.
I love this GM. Chef.
Thank you.
You are
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead,
Hey, that's it for us here on Wake Up Nigeria for a Wednesday edition. Thank you very much for joining us, staying with us throughout the entire process. The ladies on the couch, you guys, anything to say before we leave?
All right, Len. All I just want to quickly say is be intentional in your crafts.
Oh,
yes.
Ellen, such wisdom.
I know. Wow, Mr. Shegun.
We're going to see you guys tomorrow for a Thursday edition with another chef, but I can't wait to see Chef Blossom back again because she is fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.